Claire Saunders from What's New in Electronics. I'm here at Productronica 2025 on day 2, and I've been joined by Gary from Promotion USA. How are you?
I'm great, thank you for having me.
Absolute pleasure. Welcome to Europe.
Yeah, I love it here. I
Oh,
absolutely
good.
love it.
Fantastic, great stuff. Well, tell me a little bit more about your company. We just had a quick chat. I didn't know too much about you guys, and it's a very interesting story.
Well, Promation's celebrating 26 years right now. We started out in the circuit board handling arena, have expanded into robotics, AMR technology, and other things. We have a pretty strong PC software group now as well that kind of lends into automating factories overall. And not necessarily competing with the current existing traceability partners that most people have, but supplementing it, so to speak.
Okay, fantastic. And your company is predominantly currently USA based.
Yeah, we're USA, Canada, Mexico right now. We manufacture in Korea, and we're looking to expand here, so you never know.
Fantastic. So we'll be seeing more of you over here then.
I hope so.
Great stuff. You mentioned AMR. Tell me a little bit more about that, because I think you have a case study that you'd like to tell us a little bit more about.
Yeah, so we saw a trend. Well, obviously everyone's experiencing some labor shortages. And so we have a customer that we did a very special project for, where they had a SMT line with a circuit board or product coming off every minute.
Okay.
But it required 100% X-ray, and the X-ray time was 4 minutes.
Okay.
So we obviously have a huge gap of time. What do we do with that? And so through the use of AMRs and some software tracking and other technology, we designed a system, and I'll share with you, if it's okay, a little bit how it works.
Yes, please.
Okay. So what we did is we put one of the AXIs in line, and we had a multi-functional magazine system that would count the boards using SMEMA. So we would scan the board coming on to capture the serial number. We would also capture the magazine serial number.
Okay.
And so when the AXI was busy, we would offload product into the magazines. And when the magazine filled, that would get transferred to an AMR.
Okay.
Through the fleet management system and some middleware that we wrote.
I was going to ask you about the software.
We were able to track every circuit board inside the magazine, direct it to one of 3 other AXI islands, and we would process that. And then also we still had some WIP left over, obviously, and that would go into storage systems where we would be able to store for an unattended third shift production, so that the customer was able to run a full 3 shifts, employing 2 shifts of people, having 1 operator in India monitoring the failure analysis of all 3 AXIs.
Gosh, okay.
And then we would be able to direct the product using, again, the Omron AMRs to either pack out, test, or wherever the customer decided the product needed to go.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
It's really cool, yeah. And you say you wrote your own software, you were working with a guy remotely, so you're closing down global barriers.
Yes.
So you'd said there's time saving, there's cost saving.
Yeah, so one of the key things, so the fleet management system was very comprehensive, and through the use of, I'll say, reasoning systems, we were able to say, I need an empty magazine, deliver a full magazine, where do I need it in the system, but how do we know what product is where?
Yeah.
And so every magazine was serialized, and every board was serialized, so when the magazine entered into the system, we would capture that data, kind of like a folder, populate it with the PCB files, and then when the magazine transferred off to the AMR, we would close that file and track it on the AMR, either going to one of these process islands or in the WIP, or when it came out of WIP, we knew exactly which island it went to.
Yep.
Everything is date, time stamped for traceability, and then we were able to also track the product as to the final process or transport where it was going.
Okay, because operators have a lot to do anyway, don't they? So this is kind of giving people that additional support, helping them manage things, find stuff a lot quicker, which is always a challenge because there's a lot going on the shop floor.
Well, that and it saved the manufacturer money. I mean, their customer had 100% inspection requirement. They were able to meet that by running 3 shifts, but the third shift was one person
in India.
In India, off-site, logging into these X-ray machines, central control point, and determining if there were false failures or other things, and controlling that flow as well.
That's incredible.
So it was a good investment, actually, if you think about it. The ROI was very, I'll say, favorable, and it was interesting. Now there are, obviously, with AMR deployment, you must have a good Wi-Fi network. Right, and there's some other aspects of the project that could be challenging if things aren't, proper. People leaving things in the way of the floor, obstacles there. The intelligent AMRs that we deploy obviously have automatic routing systems.
Yep.
And for those people who I guess don't know maybe the difference between an AGV and an AMR, AGVs are like a railroad. They run on a track. An AMR has the ability to maneuver, make intelligent decisions. We can also, through the MPEG player, say, hey, you're blocking my way after X amount of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So cool,
Interesting
isn't it? It
stuff.
really is, yeah, for sure.
I think you could probably play rock and roll music on there too if you wanted to.
That could make it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, a
Make
little
the
bit
day
more
go a
fun.
bit quicker, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's great stuff. It sounds amazing, and this is something obviously that you're implementing. So it's something that you'd like to share with a much wider audience and
Absolutely. In the world of AI and AMRs and even robotics right now, saving time, using efficient means or thought process, because labor is hard to find, right?
Yeah.
And do you really want to pay people to push magazines around? So the ROI was very favorable, particularly in this situation.
That's great stuff. Well, thank you very much for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
My pleasure.
I wish you all the best with your expansion.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Cheers. Thank you.